Hello and welcome back to my channel. It's been a while since my last video, but I am back here now with another travel video. This time we went to Sorrento in Italy. It was a bit of a different kind of holiday for us this time. We didn't choose a destination, we actually went there for a family wedding. There was a group of us, about 25-30 people, all went and booked our own accommodation, so we weren't all in the same place. And the place that we booked was called Hotel La Meridiana. Hopefully that was pronounced right. It probably sounds much better with a lovely Italian accent. I stayed here with my husband, my daughter who is 18, my son who is 14, and my youngest daughter who is 5. So we were split across 2 rooms which were next door to each other. We'll start off with the room tours. Now we're coming into the first of our rooms, which was the family room, where all 3 of my children stayed. As you can see, there are 3 single beds in here. I'm not sure whether that's something that they always have in here or whether they've put an extra bed in just for our family numbers that we needed. But as you can see, there's plenty of space for the 3 beds. And then you've got the dressing table with the TV above it, and just in the dressing table you've got the cupboard with the fridge in it. Okay, so we're moving out now onto the balcony. We thought that this balcony in the kids' room was better than our balcony, and I'll show you why in a moment. It didn't have any proper sun loungers where you can lie down, but it did have these chairs where you can kind of lay back into them, and then these normal chairs and a little tiny table there. They had a really nice view looking out onto the lemon groves, and when I just pan the camera around here, you'll see in a moment we have a bit of a sea view. Back in the room now, and we're heading to the shower room. So again, I felt that this shower room was a bit better in the children's room than it is in our room. I'll show you why when we compare the other room. We've got this little basket with some little bits and pieces in there, some soaps, some shower caps. Got a hairdryer, which is kind of like a standard one that you get in hotels. Not brilliant, but it does do the job. And this room has a lovely big shower. I'm now coming into the other room, which was the one where myself and my husband stayed. We had a nice size mirrored wardrobe, a dressing table, TV and bedside tables. The door to the balcony had these like shutter blinds that were on the outside of the door. You just pressed a button for them to open and close. The only bad thing about this was when we were near to the end of the holiday, the weather took a turn and it was a bit stormy and windy, and the wind was catching on the blinds outside and they were quite noisy during the night. As we come into the bathroom, you'll see why I was saying that I felt that the kids' room was a bit better than ours. Our shower was really tiny. You know, you could hardly put your arms up to wash your hair without banging your elbows on the wall. So theirs was much better than ours, but it was still fine. The other thing that I mentioned earlier about their room being a bit better than ours was on the balcony, just that they had the loungy chairs. We didn't have any of those, we just had these 2 chairs with the little table. We had pretty much the same view, just a little bit closer to the sea, as we were right next door to each other. Something that was really nice in this hotel was all the hard flooring. It was really nice and cool. We stayed there and it was hot when we were there, but it was just before the start of the season where they would have the air conditioning, so it was really nice to have the hard cold floors. I'm just showing you now in the fridge that's within the room. It came with these drinks inside, but we went and asked about the cost of the drinks and we were told that 1 bottle of water was free and the rest was to be paid for. If you're going to go there, it would be worth just checking again with them in case anything changes. I'm showing you now inside the wardrobe, so there's a few drawers there as you can see, and there were some hangers in there as well, and then you've got your spare blankets in the top. We're moving away from the bedrooms now, and I'm just showing you here the main reception area of the hotel. Here you have a small seating area and a bar. Just off the reception and bar area, you've got the restaurant, which does breakfast and evening meals. I can't tell you anything about the evening meals because we ate out every night, but we did eat breakfast at the hotel each morning, which was a buffet style breakfast, mostly continental, but a little bit of cooked breakfast too. I've come out now onto the roof terrace of the hotel. The hotel doesn't have a pool, but it does have the roof terrace, which has got sun beds, it's got like tables and chairs, it's also got a bar there. The views are really lovely, as you can see, looking out to the sea, and you can also look out over onto the lemon farm. Access to the roof terrace is seasonal. We went at the end of April and it wasn't open when we got there. It opened on the 1st of May. Whether this is the same month that it opens every year, I'm not sure. It would be worth checking if that's something that you are looking to use. There was a nice selection of cocktails and other drinks behind the bar, and the bar staff came and brought them over to us at our sun lounges. Now that I've talked about the hotel, I'll show you some of the places that we visited. I'm not even going to try and pronounce the name of this restaurant, but there's the name on the wall if you wanted to look it up. The seating inside and this little bit of seating that's just outside the building is all part of the restaurant, and we didn't eat here, so I can't comment on what the food is like in there. But as you can see, the view is amazing. Where we did go is part of the same venue, in the drinks and snack bar area. I think the cocktails in this place were a little on the more expensive side, but I guess you pay for the venue. Like, the views, as I said, are so good. It was lovely just sitting there in the sun. They were really, really welcoming there. Also, they gave us like free snacks while we were there, which was really nice as well, and made the drinks like not seem so expensive when you're getting a bit of a freebie. Word of warning though, you do have to be a little bit careful of the seagulls there. Just keep food covered up, as one of the days that we went there, a sneaky seagull came down and just swiped my whole plate of food. Okay, we've moved on to the next place now. This is Sorrento Lemon Farm. This place is directly opposite the hotel. It is about a 10-second walk from the door of the hotel. It's free entry, and there are some other activities that you can choose to book or not choose to book, but they are extra cost. We didn't feel pressured at all to book anything extra. Most of what we did there was free, and I'll just show you around. One of the kids' favourite things here was this pond, which was full of terrapins or turtles. Someone let me know what they are. What's the difference? How do I tell? Someone enlighten me, please. This part of the lemon farm was in the free part, and we spent quite a bit of time there. The kids were really entertained watching them in the pond. There was this garden centre type area where you could buy the fruit trees if you wanted to. We didn't, not quite sure what EasyJet would have thought of us turning up at the airport with a lemon tree, but it is still a nice place to walk around. One of the activities that you can do here, which is something that you pay extra for, is the cooking classes. We didn't take part in the actual classes, but you can see here there's a group there that's taking part in the classes, and the staff were quite happy to tell us all about the classes. They told us that we would learn some secrets of traditional Sorrento cuisine, such as preparing the dough for homemade pasta and creating tasty sauces. You also get to stay afterwards and eat what you've made. Another activity that you can do here is making your own orange and lemon juice. My 5-year-old absolutely loved doing this, and we came back 2 days in a row to make some more. The staff here were really great with her and helped her to make her juice.
Shows your muscles.
Now go down. Push
down. Hard.
Oh, down.
She absolutely loved her experience of making lemon and orange juice. She wasn't, however, overly impressed with the taste of the drink. Just across the road from the lemon farm, you have the lemon groves, which you can walk through in the daytime. It's closed at night, but in the daytime you can have a walk around the lemon groves, and also if you walk into the very corner, there's a little cut through to some cafes and shops. Keep an eye out in the trees as there's a lot of geckos climbing, but they move really quick, so you've got to keep looking. Another place we visited was the beach. Again, apologies for any pronunciation issues, but this beach was called Leonelli's Beach, which was about a 15 to 20 minute walk from our hotel. It's a long way down to the beach from the roadside, so you can either catch the lift down or you can take this path down, which I've just filmed us going down it so you can see how far it is to walk. Obviously, I've sped these clips up, but it at least gives you an idea. The beach was open from 9 AM till 7 PM. I'm not sure if that changes at different times of the year. There are costs at the beach as well. We paid €60 for free sunbeds and €10 for an umbrella for myself, my husband and my 14-year-old son. We also took our 5-year-old and we didn't want a sunbed for her, but we had to pay €5 for her to access the beach. My older daughter later came to the beach to meet us as well. She didn't have a sunbed and she also had to pay €5 each for herself and her boyfriend, so I'm guessing that it's €5 per person if you don't pay for a sunbed. You can also pay extra to hire one of the little beach hut cabins, and you can also pay extra to have a hot shower. We didn't opt for any of these and just showered when we got back to the hotel. There are staff walking around with menus for food and drink. We ordered a pizza and had that on the beach. They bring it over to you, and we had a few drinks too. When leaving the beach, you could choose to get the lift or walk back up the slope. We chose to get the lift as we were so tired by that time, but the queues were big and they only accepted cash. So do remember to take your cash with you if you're going to be getting the lift. So as I said earlier, we went to Sorrento because it was the wedding of a family member. I haven't filmed much of their wedding or the get-together the night before the wedding, just for their privacy really, that they don't really want their wedding splashed all over YouTube. And I was also busy just being present with my family and friends and also making them a video of their own. But I did film this clip, which was the location for a party the night before where we had a pizza buffet. It was lovely food and beautiful views, and I do recommend a visit even if you're not there for a wedding. The clip I'm showing now is from the wedding day. You can just see the wedding party there all set up, and we had a little dance floor there in the corner. Popped the name of both hotels on the screen so that you can check them out just for meals or an evening out, because they were both so beautiful. Whilst walking around in the town, we found this little side street that had loads of market stalls, little shops with gifts and souvenirs, and some cafes and restaurants. It's definitely worth a visit if you want to take something home for friends and family, some gifts, or if you want to buy something for yourself. That brings me to the end of my video today. Thank you so much for watching, I really do appreciate it. I'd also appreciate a like and a subscribe and comment. Let me know whether you have been to Sorrento, thinking about going to Sorrento, and whether my video has been helpful.
Like and subscribe.